What's up, YouTube? Here bringing you Modern Warfare 3 commentary. As I said, it's gonna be the objective gameplay. Um, I just, I joined the game and I actually joined like the lobby itself. I joined in mid-session. The game I didn't, but like I wasn't originally part of this lobby, so I just joined in there and just. I was sitting there thinking how I said I'd play some objective gameplay, so I went and got one. Now, what I want to talk about today was, are you guys more rushing? Like, how many of you guys are more rushing? How many of you are like, not rushing but not camping, kind of in the middle? You kind of sit back and pick your shots. Well, I do both. Majority of the time, I will say I do rush. I like rushing in there and just pump stomping kids. I think it's the best. But then, there's some games that, you have to pick back and pick your shots. Now, the games that I like to rush in and that you guys maybe want to rush in are more of the games where you go in there and, when you rush, you just gotta run and gun. Now, if they're camping, some people may be like, oh, if they're camping, lay back and sit there. No, dude, when they camp, I rush hardcore. I don't care how many deaths it takes. Like, I just don't care. I just rush in that hardcore. Because the key part of this is to know where not to flip their spawns, where to push them. Okay? If you can push the spawns, they still spawn in whatever spawn they're in. They still spawn in it, but they spawn in different parts of it. Alright, the spawns have certain regions around, like say an A flag on domination on any map. It has a certain span where it spawns before it's not considered that A spawn. You know what I mean? You just gotta kind of learn them. I have no idea what the quote-unquote perimeter, the area of it is. I just kind of learned it. It's just one of those things that trial and error you learn. And what you want to do is when you rush, you just kind of want to go in there and just kind of push it a little bit, get them to spawn somewhere else. And if they're hardcore camping, you need to flip the spawns, that's when you do it. That's when you take your action and you flip them. You push it for a little bit, they start to get antsy, they start to come out a little bit more, and then you flip the spawns on them real quick. Get them out of that spawn, get them out of their comfort zone. And, that's just the best part. And sometimes I'll go in there, I'll go in the games, and they'll be hardcore camping, just hardcore. And I'll just take so many deaths. But I just don't care, because I'm still pushing those spawns, and I'm still, I'm still making them get worried. I'm still making them get antsy. They're still freaking out. And, that's what you want to do. You want to get them out of their zone so you can get into yours. You want to get them out of their stride. And some people these days, man, they just care so much about the kill-death ratio. Like it's gonna get them something. Like it's gonna get them a fucking award or something. I'm sorry to tell you, it doesn't. It doesn't get you anything. Except a 4.0 KD. Congratulations, kid. But they just care so much about that shit that they just they camp. And, and when it, for the rushers out there that care about their KD, when you rush, honestly, you shouldn't really care about your kill-death ratio, because there's going to be games where you take a lot of deaths. And sure, sometimes when I'm taking a lot of deaths, I may switch it up, but most of the time I just go out there and run, because, if I don't have 1.8 KD, I think mine's an 8.8 or an 8.7 maybe. It's really bad. And sometimes I'm just like, I don't want to look like total trash, so if I'm like 3 and 11, then I'll switch. Or like 0 and 10, when I know I'm doing something wrong. But, what you want to, what you gotta understand is when you rush, you gotta be able to take that. So you gotta be able to keep running into that other spawn and just find out where your points are. Just find out where you can push it. That way, when you push it, you just unleash. You just unleash your freaking terror, man. And you just gotta keep pushing, and then you gotta get in there. If you're running solo, figure out a spot where you know you can push and kind of push it, then run over to the other spot where they're gonna go to try to get safety and flip it. Alright? I mean, I know it sounds dumb, but I promise it works. I'll try to find a gameplay of me doing it, or I'll try to get a gameplay of me doing it. I'll probably get it. I'll for sure get one. You know. Now for the other side, where you want to kind of stay back, that's a whole different story. When you want to stay back is when you want to play conservative. You know, sometimes, well, like, okay, 90% of the time I rush. 10 or 5% of the time I switch from rushing to maybe campy, or kind of, you know, just holding back a little bit, just so, you know, I totally just don't trash out everything. And then the other 5% of me really sits back when I know I'm gonna get a W. I rush, get these flag caps, and when I know I'm gonna get a W, sometimes, you know, I'll switch. I'll pull out my ACR or a SCAR or something, and just kind of, or my M16, and fuck the Time 95. The M16 is better. The M16 with a rapid fire and red dot is way better than the Time 95 where I would be. Anyway, back to my little actual, like, what I'm supposed to be talking about here. You know, it's to kind of conserve. It's just to kind of get this, you know, get those kills where it makes you feel like a good player. When you're running out there and you're 11 and 22, I mean, you don't necessarily feel like a good player even if you post on people. But, you know, when you know you're gonna get the victory and you can kind of sit back and just play conservative and get your kill streaks, you're like, hell yeah, man. Those are the games I love, where I just run around and just fuck people's faces, just getting fucking 6 caps and going fucking 11 and 30 and just fucking, oh my god, just destroying them, beating them like 100 and fucking 40, 170 to, like, you know, 90 or 80 or less, and just being able to switch over and kind of sit back and pick my shots and get kill streaks. Man, it's awesome. But, like, that's not necessarily true. Sometimes I'll get in the games I get to this one, and I'll play conservative. I'll kind of, you know, pick my shots the whole game, kind of play conservative for, you know, whatever I'm trying to get, and I'll get it, and then, you know, after I get it, like, you know, let's say there's a challenge for AC-130s. Actually, let's not use AC-130s. I think the other day I had a daily challenge for escort airdrops, and what I did is I had to get 5 of them. So I played conservative, and, you know, even though when you run the support you can get it, but still, you know, if you keep running out there and you die 33 times and you only get 11 kills, you didn't get enough. You didn't get enough for an emergency airdrop. So I play conservative. I get my 1 e-drop a game, maybe my 2, just depending on how I do. And then once I get done obtaining my goal that I want to obtain, I just go straight back to rushing. You know? I don't know. That's just how I play, and I just think that's the funnest ever. When you can rush and just completely demolish the game, or when you can rush and then kind of just sit back and, you know, have a little bit of fun, get mass kill streaks, or, you know, when you just gotta play conservative, man. There's different types. I think those are the 2 types that I primarily use. Is just rushing and going in and face fucking all the little fucking kids, or the grown ass men sitting there camping, or just, you know, sitting back and picking my spots. But man, I think I think that's really all I got right now. Hell, this video is long as fuck, guys. I truly apologize. But, I mean, that's just all, guys. So, I really hope you liked my videos and shit, and thank you guys for all your support. And, you know, tell all your friends, man. Tell your friends. If you like the video, give it a like and subscribe. If you don't like the video, man, fucking hate on it then. I could really give less of a fuck.